When you think about a power player in media, who do you think about? You may say, well, maybe the Murdochs, they own News Corp, they own Fox, Wall Street Journal, maybe Reed Hastings, Netflix, maybe a little bit of Bezos, maybe Musk. Do you know a power player is quietly coming up that 2 years ago nobody was talking about? It was a small little company called Skydance, $1 billion in top line revenue, maybe $100 million in EBITDA is what they had. Yeah, they co-produced Top Gun. Yeah, they co-produced Star Trek and a couple other movies. And then all of a sudden, they buy Paramount for $8 billion. You know what Paramount owns, just to kind of give you an idea? Transformers. It owns Pluto, BET, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon. It owns CBS News, Free Press, CSI, The Godfather, Mission Impossible, NCIS. And then gradually, these guys make an offer to buy Time Warner? What? Yeah. And it's going to get approved? Who are these guys? Wait till you hear who else they're about to own. Here's Time Warner, by the way. They're going to own Discovery. They're going to own HBO. They're going to own HGTV, TBS, TNT, TLC, CNN, DC Comics, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. And on top of that, guess who else they're about to own? TikTok. You know who we're talking about that? We're talking about Larry Ellison's son named David Ellison. That's who we're going to talk about today. If you value added this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it. Larry Ellison. Do you know what Larry Ellison is worth? He's worth $365 billion. You know how much his net worth has increased just this year? Almost $150 billion just in 2025. So naturally, if he's got a son, his son's going to be ambitious. So he's like, hey, son, you want to do something? Run a business. Hey, Dad, I took Skydance from 0 to $1 billion with $100 million EBITDA. I think we can do more. Let's go buy Paramount. Let's go buy Time Warner. Let's go buy TikTok. A lot's been going on. And this happened, Skydance, in 2010 when they first formed. And then they bought Paramount last year, $8 billion. We talked about it earlier. And then now they're talking about Warner Brothers at $20 a share. Could be worth tens of billions of dollars, depending on them picking it up or not. I don't think anyone's going to stop him, to be honest with you, because he's been a friendly player with the White House, so they're probably going to approve it. So now you got Skydance, they buy Paramount, they buy Time Warner, and then you get TikTok? You tell me who has that. Elon's got X, massive. He doesn't have a CNN. He doesn't have a TikTok. He doesn't have, this is a very, and by the way, craziest thing is, whenever they ever talk about who Elon Musk's mentor is that he goes to for advice, you know whose name comes up? Larry Ellison. Where Elon's like, look, I'm going to be buying up, Tesla. You may want to put some money into it. He's like, how much money do you think I should put into it? Maybe I'll give you $1 billion. He said, well, listen, it's not like I need any money, but I would put 2 instead of 1. Ellison's like, no problem, I'll put $2 billion into Tesla. They have a very, very good relationship. At one point when Elon was going through challenges, he got on his jet and he went to Larry Ellison's place, I think in Hawaii, one of the islands he owns, just to have a meeting with them. And then he came back and he says, hey, you may not want to be too strong in your relationship with Apple because you need Apple. You're being a little too tough on Apple. That's a company you need because your app is on Apple. So very, very smart businessman. He owns 41% of Oracle. Now his son is becoming a big power player, but at the end of the day, we may not have anybody in the world like this right now. Reed Hastings, he owns Netflix. He's the leader of Netflix, biggest shareholder, but he doesn't have a social media play. These guys now do with TikTok. All right, so you may say, well, Pat, I know maybe you're building this too much. Like, what's their actual revenue? All right, let's talk about it. So check this out. Netflix's revenue this year is guesstimated to be around $45 billion in 25. Disney is roughly $94 billion in 25. If you take Skydance, which is $1 billion, with Paramount, with Time Warner, and you combine TikTok, you know what you get? Ready? $93 billion in revenue. Overnight, you're 2 times as big as Netflix, same size as Disney. Overnight. That's Skydance for you. And keep this in mind, the average person is going to look at it and say, oh, they're going to be a media company. No, Larry is Oracle. He owns 41%. They're going to be using the information they have of Paramount and Warner Brothers to get the global subscriber data, what they can do with the ad inventory, the IP. Imagine how that's going to be used, and then the US government, when they chose the buyers for TikTok, 80% of TikTok's going to be sold. They're allowing ByteDance to keep 20% of it as a minority, but 80%, one of the main ones going to be Oracle. And check this out. Oracle's role: stores all US TikTok user data on its servers, oversees TikTok's recommendation algorithm under license, holds a major equity stake in the new joint venture. And you know what they're buying it for? You look at what Facebook is worth. So Facebook is worth roughly $1.8 trillion. You know what they're buying TikTok for? $14 billion. An absolute discount is what they're getting it at. Talk about a flywheel of everything feeding each other. This is essentially the ultimate flywheel. Give me a better comp. Tell me one company that has influence now with movies, production, their own OTT, and on top of that, one of the biggest social media companies that goes viral, that has data of people around the world. Who has that? Nobody has that today. They may overnight be the biggest power player in media. Now, some of the people that are watching this, maybe you're technically like, no, Skydance didn't buy TikTok. It was Oracle. It's father and son. You know what I'm saying? Like, father runs Oracle, who is acquiring TikTok. Skydance's son. When the father is no longer around, do you know how old Larry Ellison is? He is 81 years old. He looks good. I actually think he's gonna go to 100, right? So say 19 more years. He goes to 100. Who is David going to be 19 years from now? Damn. Talk about a real. David's going to be a trillionaire overnight, if you think about it. Because Larry's going to be a trillionaire in the next couple of years, the direction they're going. And now when you think about the partnership they're creating, where now Oracle invests into NVIDIA, NVIDIA invests into OpenAI, OpenAI invests into Oracle, the ultimate flywheel of them helping each other out. There are some incredible. People say, I created a partnership with the local real estate office. I created a partnership with OpenAI and NVIDIA. That's Oracle. Pay very close attention to these guys. It's going to be very interesting what happens, but based on what it looks like, if they sell none of their assets the next 20, 30 years, anybody that becomes president, anybody, before they even run for president, hi, may I meet with Larry, please? And David, why is that? I'm thinking about being the next president of the United States. Get in line. We got 62 other people that want to meet with us. Maybe we can meet with the end of the year. That's what's about to happen with those guys. They're officially #1 power players. The way that it's look like once all these deals get closed. Okay, so if you got value out of this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you want all the notes of what I talked about today, a PDF format, go to PBD Entrepreneur Circle on Connect. Go to the QR code, download it. It's free. If you want to network with each other, you got to pay $5 a month. But for everybody else, it's free. You can go get today's PDF. And if you got value out of this video, you want to watch another video similar to this, it's a video we did on Palantir. If you haven't yet watched a video on Palantir, you may want to go check that out as well. Click here to watch it. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.